Wired Up TV, the #1 Tupac Alive channel, and present and past political news.
How's it going, my people? This is your boy Wired Up, and welcome to another episode of Wired Up TV. Hope you guys got your hands on the steering wheel and keeping your eyes on the road, or one eye, or if you're a pirate, your patch, whatever you guys, keep them eyes on the road and handle what you gotta handle. All right? Don't leave it for tomorrow. Do not be a responsibility hoarder. Y'all know the drill. With that being said, let's get down to the video, y'all. I want you guys to look very closely. Very, 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 very closely, guys. As you can see here on the left is KADAFI. All right? And if you can look very, very closely, zoom in, or, we'll zoom in for you guys. You can see Mr. KADAFI in front of UMC Medical Hospital in Vegas while Tupac was allegedly at the hospital with gunshot wounds, right? Allegedly. But as you can see right there, he has a walkie-talkie. All right? He's not security. You've heard it before. Nobody else had walkie-talkies but security, but he has a walkie-talkie. Not only does he have a walkie-talkie, Suge Knight also has a walkie-talkie, as you guys can clearly see right here. Now, it seems very suspicious that KADAFI and Suge would have walkie-talkies. As you guys know, I was a great believer in believing that Suge Knight had no clue that Tupac was going to fake his death. But now with the evidence coming through, thanks to our homegirl, Rosemary Sermeno, Miss Rosemary Sermeno, part of the Wired Up TV family and team. Thank you, Rosemary Sermeno. She found these pictures, which has got me changing my mind. These and a couple of other pictures that I've seen have got me kind of, maybe changing my mind. Not 100%, but I'm leaning towards more that Suge Knight might have known every single detail. Right? He was Pac's closest homie at the time that he faked his death on September 7th, 96. Right? So, I believe he was going to protect his asset, right? Because he was making Pac a lot of money. All right? And there's no reason why they both should have walkie-talkies. And as you guys know, there's a lot of proof, and I am a believer that KADAFI actually faked his death as well with Tupac. He's been spotted on many occasions by people that had nothing to do with Tupac or hip-hop, or nothing to do with hip-hop. All right, he's been spotted, and his death is questionable. So this is kind of adding to it, guys. It's just, the puzzle's starting to kind of come together. Why do they have walkie-talkies? Now, buzz that for a little bit. That's one thing I wanted to bring up. Another thing, look at the picture on the right. Okay, this gentleman, this is right in front of the hospital too, while the cameras were rolling, has a suitcase. As you guys can clearly see, this is, I'm not 100% sure if it is the actual doctor, the surgeon that was working on Tupac. But if you guys remember me saying before that from what I was told by my source, that just a couple of people might have known Pac's mom, maybe the doctor and a nurse, and maybe 2 or 3 other people close to Pac, if that. But there is the money right there. That is the payment. That right there is the payment. It's a big suitcase. It can fit $3 million in there easy, like Suge Knight said. That can be his payment. It might even hold more, maybe 6 million. Who knows? All right? Who knows? All right? It could hold his payment, only his payment, or that could be the payment for the cremator, or whatever the case may be, guys. Okay? But that right there is very strange, that he's walking into the car as soon as Tupac is pronounced dead. He walks into that car and takes the hell off with that suitcase. Super, super weird. And it's something that needs to get looked into a lot, because it is very, very, very fishy, my people. Okay? Very, very, very fishy. Why does he have that suitcase? I mean, that can fit $3 million easily in hundreds. You know what I'm saying? You put that stuff in hundreds. And how do we know that that doesn't have a check in there? Right? A check and a check and a couple $1,000. Let's just say it can't fit $3 million in there, right? $3 million is too much to fit in that suitcase. It can fit some checks and a couple of thousands, or it can fit only his payment for keeping his mouth shut, because he went out of there in a hurry, guys. Now, we're still researching. We're not 100% exactly sure, but from what I've been told, by Rosemary's hermano and the research that she's doing, is that this man was caught in a lot of scandals. Now, that subject is for another video and another time that we will be on it, but it's very, very, very fishy, guys. All right, this is something we just came across, and it has me really scratching my head on why is he getting into that car with that suitcase. And like I told you guys, it was exactly as soon as Pac, gets pronounced dead, supposedly gets pronounced dead, this guy bolted out of there with that suitcase that I'm thinking probably full of money, probably has a good $50,000 right there just to keep his mouth shut and act like he don't know anything. Now, people say, well, people can't keep their mouth shut, it's too hard. And let me tell you one thing. Those doctors are not dope fiends. They're not drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? They're not con men. They have a beautiful profession, okay? Now, if somebody tells you, look, here's $50,000, man, we ain't gonna snitch on you. And these are street cats that, by the way, have never snitched on nobody in that Pac case, okay? And are giving you $50,000 just to say, well, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I saw Pac right there. To my knowledge, he was there passing away. That's who I thought. I never saw nobody get switched. It's a victimless crime. $50,000 or $100,000, whatever, gets paid and he gets out of there. Why wouldn't that do it, guys? He's not a dolphin. He's not anything. This guy would never say anything. These are the type of people that will keep their mouth shut. We need to think about that, my people. We need to really think about it, because I really believe that he had some money in that suitcase or a couple of checks or whatever. But I really think that he was paid off. All right, all the puzzle pieces are starting to come together. What Frank Alexander said, that as soon as they pronounce him dead, the doctor and the coroner, with the doctor and Tupac's mom, roll him out. Once they open the door, there's a cremator right there waiting for him, exactly right there. The payments could have been done there, but the doctor helps him take out Tupac, and he bolted in his car with his suitcase. I bet you anything he had money in there. Let's move on, guys. That's something we need to look into more, but that's for another video, for another time, guys. We got some proof that's going to shock you guys' mind. Now, go back to the Suge Knight and the radio in his palm, on his hand, right? Look at the left hand. It looks like he's signaling somebody. Maybe saying, hey, bring up that U-Haul. As you guys know, we talked about this in one of our other videos, that he asked Danny Boy. Danny Boy said this on many occasions, that Suge Knight asked them to put a U-Haul blocking the door. Now, it's not 100% sure. People have said it in many different ways, and different interviews have it in different ways. But I really believe he actually said to put it in the back, park the truck by the back door, because that's where they were rolling Tupac at. Now, interviewers make mistakes and things happen, but there are some interviews where he actually says the back door. Suge Knight told him to park the U-Haul in the back door so nobody can get in and sneak in through the back door, because in the front door they had everybody they had everybody standing at the front door. They had KADAFI, they had Suge, they had the Outlaws, they had the homies, the Bloods and stuff like that in the front door. So they really needed to protect the back door. So I 100% believe that he meant the back door, that Suge Knight told Danny Boy to park the U-Haul in the back door, and he did so, guys. This is everything's starting to add up, okay? Now, I used to think Suge Knight had nothing to do with the Pac thing, but now I'm starting to believe that he might have helped Tupac escape, right? Everything's starting to make sense. Tupac was his biggest star, and he could lose the whole company, which they were already basically, breathing down his neck about going to court and violating parole for kicking Orlando in the head. So he's thinking, hey, I'm going to prison anyways. I'm going to protect my biggest asset. I'm going to help him so we can still get paid and make some money. Anything can happen, guys, right? But you can see him right there holding a walkie-talkie. And KADAFI was also holding one too, guys. You guys saw that too. He was also holding one too. Why were they holding walkie-talkies? These are questions nobody's ever asked. People just look at the picture and go, it's just a picture. They don't even look at that, right? Why? Okay? how come? There's so many things that are, there are questions that have never been asked and answers that have never been answered. It's very fishy. I think we need to look into it a lot deeper. I think Suge Knight right here was calling for somebody or telling somebody, hey, go ahead, continue or finish up what I told you to do or whatnot, but he was calling for somebody. And why did they all have walkie-talkies? They're not security. KADAFI was a rapper. He was a young kid. He was a rapper. Okay? Everything's starting to come together. I believe Suge Knight told Danny Boy, and I believe this 100% now, that he told Danny Boy to park that U-Haul in the back door. Because you saw KADAFI and Suge, the homies in the Bloods, were all taking care of the front door. And then there were security guards there. The right way security was protecting the front door in the room. So they didn't need any protection in the front door. They needed it mostly in the back in case somebody tried to sneak in through the back. Okay, so now I 100% believe this. Also, other people close to the Shakur family believe this and are really wanting answers about why do they have the walkie-talkies and, what's going on. When they look at these pictures, they're shocked. They go, oh my God, this is something Pac meant for us to see, guys, okay? Meant for us to see, all right? A lot of his family members know what went down, okay? They're not going to ever tell you because they don't, God forbid, if they tell you where he's at, they either murder Tupac or lock him up. They're never going to tell you, but when they see clues like this, I'm telling you from experience, from me talking to them, they're even shocked, like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it's so in your face. With that being said, my people, keep your head up. Keep doing your research. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be laughed at. Keep your chest out. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. And jump on board, my people. If you have any information or new clues, please send it to wireduptv4you@gmail.com. wireduptv4you@gmail.com. All right, my people. I'm going to talk to you guys soon. And like I always tell you guys, always, but always stay wired up. Peace out, my people.